could you talk a little bit about the traditional religions of Mongolia and what happened during the Soviet times?
Mongolian local religious belief is shamanism, yes, that's true, and also the worship of the sky. As a nomadic herders, we live in harmony with the nature, and Mongolians observe the nature and predict the climate. So we are very much in worship with the nature and especially the sky, because Mongolians believe that the higher power which is up in the sky, and we believe that our ancestors ascend, when they die, they ascend up to the sky, and they are protecting, looking down on us from the sky and helping us from the sky. So we worship the sky and say prayers and ask help from the sky, and we libate the milk up to the sky. And so those kind of daily customs and rituals are very much embedded with this religious belief. And also there is shamanism. There are shamans who communicate with the ancestral spirits, and ancestral spirits use their body to communicate with the people who are worshiping them, asking them questions, asking for guidance. So we still practice that. There are a lot of shamans here today. So those were the authentic religions and spiritual beliefs during the Genghis Khan and also before that. And during the 16th century, there was the Buddhism came to Mongolia from Tibet, and it stayed and also became very much embedded in our daily life and culture and traditions until the rule of Soviet regime. And when the Russian Soviet regime took over Mongolia, they repressed especially the religion, and what they made us believe was our own nomadic culture, and religion and everything was barbaric and not cultured. So they started the cultural revolution, which was taught that the religion was not good, and all of our traditional culture was repressed. Even the Genghis Khan's name was prohibited to say out loud, etc. So during that time, most of the intellectuals were the monks and high-level lamas in the Buddhist Buddhist temples. But during the Soviet regime, all those religious intellectuals were persecuted, and they were killed. And so we lost a lot of historical, religious, cultural facts, artifacts, temples, and also people to the Russian oppression. And after that, after losing all those traditional identity, we actually had to define our identity, national identity again. That's when we started reviving all the traditional rituals, religious celebrations, everything since the 1990s. And even though during those Soviet regime we were oppressed and all the spiritual beliefs were prohibited, today we actually still have a lot of Buddhist rituals and symbolical customs that are infused in our daily life, and we still use the Buddhist astrological horoscope and the system of the 12 year of the animals. And the very common example is that we use the Buddhist horoscope, and on that horoscope there are certain days that we cannot have our hair cut or something like that. So we also look at that horoscope, but it's also up to people. I actually don't mind about that horoscope. I don't care which day I get my hair cut, but many people use that.